Welcome to Just Talks. I'm Justin Neely. Co-hosting with me is my guy Jason.
What up?
And our special guest today from Kannapolis, North Carolina, my guy Kheni Briggs.
Good. Thanks for having me.
Appreciate you for joining.
All right, first thing to get the podcast started is something that surprised me is UNLV quarterback redshirted, and they're on a 3-0 start, beating Kansas, who looked like, UNLV was in their best program they've had, I think, in program history. I mean, Kansas was ranked at the time, 9-point underdogs was UNLV. He wasn't paid the NIL he was projected. He was supposed to get 100,000, and he only got 3,000 paid, which I don't understand. I mean, you're in your best you've ever been in program history, and you just don't pay the guy?
Yeah, no, I thought that was crazy. I mean, he said it was a verbal agreement with him and one of the assistant coaches, but I feel like that's something that you have to have negotiated before you transfer, to the school. Like before you start playing the game, that needs to be written in contract. I need my 100,000. You promised that, you're 3 games in, 3-0, and then you only get 3,000 of what you promised. Yeah, I'm done.
I understand if they were 0-3 right now and they're like, oh, I don't want to pay that. But why would you not? Once you're 3-0 and beating games you shouldn't win, just pay the guy. I mean, like, they're going to lose so much out of it. And, I mean, it looks like it's a wrap of a season. You can't just go to your backup quarterback when the season's already started. So, I mean, at least he has the redshirt option. If that was taken away, it'd be a lot different. So that's good to see. And I'm curious where he's going to end up.
Well, I think if that was me, I'd probably sit out.
Same thing, yeah.
Especially if they told me that's what I was going to do. I'm going to sit out.
Yeah, I heard that there was the running back, I believe, sat out too. He was like the 4th leading rusher in school history or something.
Yeah,
crazy
it's
like
crazy that they're top guys.
Either.
They're just not going to pay him. I mean, I think it's on. I mean, we can talk about it. Like, college sports are so profitable for schools, especially when they're successful.
Absolutely.
Why would you?
And it's not like UNLV isn't, they're generating some money.
Definitely. This season, they're definitely generating money. I just don't understand why you wouldn't pay your top 2 players when they're probably making way more than you're going to end up paying them.
Absolutely.
I mean, 100,000, let's be honest, isn't much money in college sports.
You
like,
make that in one game. Like, come on.
It's like Mr. Krabs over here. It's like they're going for pennies. But anyway, my question now for you is, if it was a top, like, let's say it was a better school than UNLV, and let's say it was basketball, let's say it was Duke or North Carolina, and they didn't pay your NIL, would you still transfer? Or if you liked the school enough, would you consider staying?
That's tough.
I mean, I think if I'm in a position like that where I'm, quarterback's star player on a team, so if I'm at a school like Duke, North Carolina, and I'm the guy that they're looking at, and I'm not getting paid what I was promised, let's say I get promised $250,000, and I get $3,000, $5,000 out of that, and I have the option to sit out, I think I'm gonna hold until they figure out a deal, give me my money, whatever. We need to figure out something, but I'm not just gonna be playing for free, and I'm supposed to be getting paid for this,
Well, Duke, North Carolina were like basketball examples. If football, it'd be like Bama or Texas or Georgia, and you'd still do the same thing with that defense, that offensive line that's gonna protect you, set you up for success. Because, I mean, let's be honest here. Quarterbacks can't necessarily – they could definitely help win a game, but they can't win a game automatically. If you have no offensive line, you could see, with Chicago with Caleb Williams struggle.
Absolutely. But, I mean, I think in his position, like, him being out, they're going to lose games now.
Yeah, no, UNLV, I'm saying. Like, but I was just saying if it was Georgia or if it was Bama or one of those schools, if that would change the situation.
Me personally, if it's that, like, amount of money – I got to sit out, especially if it was already, made it an agreement with me.
I think if it's Duke, Carolina, one of them schools, I'm probably still going to play because potentially I might be going to the league anyway. So
yeah. And plus the tradition, I mean, it must be cool, especially playing at Cameron. I mean, Duke UNC at Cameron. I think everybody dreams about playing that game, in college. But
I also think that if you were like to be that one guy who I'm sitting out because of NIL, it could go 2 ways. I think it might apply a little pressure to the staff and NIL people to make a deal happen, or they could just kind of tank you and say, we don't care if you want to sit out. So I think it's risk, but it could pay out in the end.
I feel like 90% of the time, even if it's going to hurt the organization, they just don't care. I don't get it. Yeah. I feel like so many times, like we've seen in pro sports, that, athletes sit out and they're just like, all right, we're not going to pay you now. I mean, it's crazy how cheap the sports world is. Like when it comes to how much money sports makes, I mean, we're going to talk about this. Actually, we'll go to the next segment at this point, that ESPN fires Zach Lowe. I mean, another example of being cheap here. I mean, he's probably one of the most famous writers in history for the NBA. I mean, the last decade, did majority of Sports Illustrated, which is obviously very infamous. So it doesn't make sense for this move. I think also ESPN isn't really good at allocating funds. I mean,
I was just watching interview Stephen A. did. He's upwards $100 million is what he's requesting. Like he's talking about. He knows he's bringing the viewers. He knows his worth, I guess. But at what cost? ESPN paying him $100 million and losing like RG3. Or Will's retired, but now Zach Lowe's gone. You know what I'm saying? Like they're losing,
or Wendy. There's a lot.
Like they're losing key guys that people rely on. So
yeah, I think the biggest thing that I have a problem with is like, I understand why Stephen A's eggs so much. He's so old. Like he can no, but seriously, he's 70s. He's not getting any younger. Like he doesn't need to be talking sports. I'm sure he wants to go on vacation and just have the time of his life, but that's kind of why I'm like, I think honestly, if I'm ESPN, I just give him what, we can afford, because, you're losing guys who provide a lot of valuable insight. And let's be honest here, no offense to Stephen A. He's not known for his insight. Right at this point, he's just known for doing like
trolling,
arguing. I mean, I was watching one of his podcasts the other day and he was talking about, the Cars Pixar rankings and ranking who is the greatest car in cars of all time.
We got the Piston Cup.
About the greatest pick. Like, I mean, I don't know if I could really consider that. Like, I don't know. Like, I mean, I don't think that's really. If you go to ESPN, I guess ESPN's owned by Disney, but I feel like
that's why
Zach Lowe is so much more at this point in his career, so much more valuable. And he's a fraction of the price. I mean, Stephen A. wants 100 times the amount that Lowe wants. It's kind of crazy to not pay him. All right. Now, I think that we have two crazy statements going on. Actually, one's a lot more crazy than the other. Jason Tatum says, look, compare his career to LeBron, Curry, and MJ at 27, and he would be considered in the conversation at that point in their career. I think it's nuts.
Outrageous. Get your guy, Kheni.
Hey, Tatum tripping. He tripping. I ain't gonna lie.
I mean, 5-time All-Star, 4-time All-NBA, won 2 Olympic medals, didn't play in the most recent one. So he's a great player, but I wouldn't put him on that level of Jordan, LeBron, Curry. He didn't even win the MVP in their finals run last season,
I also think it's very important to consider those 3 players, to me personally, is more than their accolades. Curry's the greatest shooter of all time. LeBron makes everyone around him better. And it's just a freak of nature, to be honest. And then MJ, I don't think I have to even explain myself.
Yeah, it's Jordan.
I feel like Tatum is more of a award player. Like when you see his awards, it's a little more than actually what you actually see him do.
Definitely. I don't think Tatum's he's not a game changer. Like he's not changing the game anyway.
That's kind of what I was getting at with those players.
Yeah, like Curry, everybody wants to shoot threes because of Curry. You know what I'm saying? LeBron's playing, he's 42 in the league. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just some abnormal stuff that you haven't seen before. Tatum's a good player, but it's just Tatum. Like it's just
nothing special. Nothing special.
Yeah, special.
I
mean, he's not even the best player on his team.
Yeah, like he's not the best player. He's the number 2 on his team.
Yeah, I don't. You have to go to like the Wizards days for MJ to be a number 2, or Curry's never gonna be number 2.
Yeah, like take Tatum to like Detroit, and then let him carry them. Then we could talk about it. He needs an MVP first though. So you don't like it.
All right, now Kendrick Perkins' comment, I think, is a little outrageous, but not as outrageous as Tatum's, obviously. He says that nobody's scared of the Celtics. I think when you think about that, the Celtics are players that are very good, and they're not anything that you haven't seen before. That's why I could see why they're not scary. But they're scary to how well they're coached. It kind of reminds me, I don't want to I don't want to seem like I'm glazing this team, but they're kind of like Vermont. Just because like Vermont's like not like they don't have like the greatest, you know what I'm saying? They don't have the greatest stars in the league, but
they got stars though. They got like 4 all-stars on the Celtics team.
But they don't have like a Luka. They don't have like
they got Tatum.
You Tatum or Luka?
No. I'm just trolling.
I'm just saying. Maybe I'm just a bias, but I'd say anybody in the Celtics would be a number 3 option on the Suns. I put KD over Book over anybody on the Celtics.
I agree with that.
So, that's what I'm saying. Right. I mean, Vermont's not all scrubs. Let's not be honest here. But I'm just saying, like, it's kind of where it's like that, well-coached team that has a scheme that works. That has a scheme that's been rooted since their coaching change, and Brad Stevens ended up going to the upper management level. And I mean, even with Brad Stevens, he was very successful with the Celtics. But what I mean by that is, it's sometimes like it's just such fundamental basketball that they play that makes it seem not scary. But I mean, they're going to win games, and I think that should be scary. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, you look at the other teams in the East, though, they're building as well. The Knicks, shout out my guy Jacob, you know what I'm saying, picking up Michael Bridges. That's a big pickup for them. Philly getting PG, big pickup for them. Still waiting on the Heat to do something. We're just kind of, watching. But what's your team now?
Lakers, I ain't gonna lie.
The Lakers?
I'm a LeBron fan.
It must have been rough, huh?
Hey, we got the GOAT, though.
Yeah, you got Bronny James. You're right. You might.
But I think something that I have to bring up to what you said was, I hate to say it, but as I've been watching basketball last few years, I could care less about these additions because we've seen so many times that these additions mean nothing.
Yeah.
So I'm always going to take the team that's proven that they know how to win. They know how to deal with injuries. I mean, the Celtics weren't, healthy the entire season. They've had their ups and downs. And that's what I'm saying is they're not scary because of extraordinary talent that you've never seen before, but they're scary in a way where they're going to win games. They're going to deal with situations. They're going to adapt to situations. And I think that should be scary because there's not many teams in the East that can do that.
Yeah, and they're also returning a bunch, almost the same team. So, I mean, they're going to miss Porzingis out for a few months because he had hurt his knee during the playoffs, excuse me. But, no, they're a good team. They'll be a team to beat for sure, but my money's on Miami, and that's all I got to say.
I'll lose a lot of money with that.
Hey, listen, over Phoenix.
They're not even – Phoenix in the West. I mean, unless you're saying it's a Heat Suns finals, but
no,
we'll talk about that later.
No. Jimmy gotta get healthy first.
Yeah, I think Jimmy. This might be Jimmy's last year in Miami. Well, unless he wins a chip, which I believe is going to happen. But I mean, unless Jimmy gets a chip in Miami, I think he'll be done after this year, and we'll move on to the next superstar.
To give credit to you with your Heat. That's another team that I think is underrated with their fundamentals, well-coached team. I mean, Spo might be my favorite coach of all time, honestly.
Absolutely. I mean, they find a way, like, the Heat culture. Heat culture speaks for itself. I mean, they find a way to, like, bring out the best in every player that they bring on. Their development is amazing. So,
I mean, their team.
And then playoff Heat is dangerous.
Yeah, their team, I will say this, their team last year was awful, and they made the playoffs. They were awful.
Facts.
I mean, put it this way, I don't know how many coaches could make that a playoff team, and that says a lot.
Coaching.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying is people would say, oh, that team's not scary, but it's more it's deeper than that. It's not always the superstars you have in your team, but how you play together, chemistry, and that's kind of what I'm going off of is I think when someone's a defending champion, you got to be scared of them no matter what. I mean, it's kind of hard to just write them off. Apparently, the Heat are interested in Markelle Fultz, former number 1 overall pick. How do you feel about that move if they would sign him?
I think it wouldn't be a bad pickup. I mean, they're looking at him to come off the bench, backup guard for, we got Scary Terry, you know what I'm saying, dog. But I think it'd be a good pickup for the Heat. I mean, he adds a little versatility, really athletic, doesn't really shoot the ball particularly well, but, finishes above the rim, facilitates, and I think he could be, he's a capable defender, so he'd fit in with the Heat culture. He's a free agent right now, so I wouldn't be mad at it.
No offense to Terry Rozier, but he's not the real Scary Terry. He's the Walmart Scary Terry here.
What? He's a fraud?
No, he's not a fraud, but he's not Terry McLaurin here. So I mean, that's what that's what I'm kind of saying here is like you can't really. If you say Scary Terry, I want to think Terry McLaurin, not Terry Rozier, because I'm sorry, but there's not many people in the league that are scared of Terry Rozier. That's just not the thing. Like I'm not. You're not going to see.
He had a run though, dangerous. He had a dangerous run. He was averaging like over 25 for a long stint, with the Hornets. So.
See, if I saw Jimmy Butler say they have Jalen Brunson, but we got Terry Rozier, I don't think it'd work as well as the Jalen McDaniels.
That's a fair take. That's a fair take.
I'm scared of Terry. You can't call him Scary Terry if you're not scared of him. I mean, it's that simple. Well, anyway, I do think it's a good depth move, but it's just hard. I mean, Markelle Fultz isn't old, but he's at a point to where you really want to see the most out of him for his career in his prime. Now, my scary thing is I don't know how his prime is going to be because, I mean, he was the #1 world pick. I don't think he'll ever live up to that.
No, I don't think so either. I mean, last season, you look at he averaged 7, 3, and 3, 41 from the field, 26 from 3 for the Magic, which, I mean, that's not what you'd expect from a former #1 pick. But, his stint in Philly was rough, and then he got a new opportunity to go to the Magic, which he performed better in his first year. He was averaging like 11 and 4, which, is pretty good. So I hope he does well. And if he comes to the Heat, they're going to develop him to a better player. So, he wouldn't do good on the Lakers, though, for sure. Like that.
He'll get a ring.
He not Austin Reeves. Like, why would the Lakers want him?
Hot take. Kheni says the Lakers winning the ring.
He never said that.
Yeah.
He just said it right.
Oh, he said it.
Yeah.
Lakers in 6.
Lakers in 6 against who?
Damn, that's tough. The East not.
They're nothing, right? They're nothing.
He's whoa.
The East is
what?
The East has historically been very, very weak. I mean, let's be honest here. Let's compare the West champions to the East champions.
Okay.
I mean, the Celtics won, yeah.
Okay. But Celtics,
Bucks,
Milwaukee.
Yeah. Let's. You want to go West?
Go
Warriors, Nuggets.
Lakers.
I mean, Lakers. Yeah, we could just go on forever.
I think, hot take, I think a healthy Milwaukee team would have won the finals last year.
No, they had awful coaching. Doc Rivers is a
Don't
bomb.
need coaching. Damian Lillard, Giannis. That's all you need. Enough said. Doc Rivers is not a bum. Relax.
He is a bum. He knows less about the game than I don't know, a volleyball player that's never watched basketball.
How's he still coaching then?
That's a great question. I call it, he's a Nepo product.
Oh, he's a fraud.
Anybody watch this podcast, tell me if you think Doc Rivers is a good coach.
Please, in the comments.
What has he done?
Please.
What has he
Doc
done?
Rivers is a fraud.
He's a fraud and Austin Rivers was a fraud. I mean, they both are bums. Like, what? Put it this way: the Bucks were a top team when before they fired their coach.
Absolutely.
And what happened? Doc Rivers brought him to the ground.
I mean, your #1 is only one way to go. It's down.
Yeah.
But that's my question. What has Doc Rivers done his entire coaching career?
I mean, they were dealing with injuries, and
he's been a long time coach.
Relying on. Oh, you're talking about his whole career.
His whole career.
Yeah.
What's he done?
I mean, outside of when he was with the Clippers, I got nothing for you.
I mean, with the Clippers, I mean,
You got a ring with the Celtics?
with the Celtics?
Yeah. 08.
Oh, that was a long time ago.
Long time ago.
Well, that team was stacked. You had Rondo, KG.
Yeah.
I mean, you give him you know what? As Kyrie would say, give him 3 more stars and then they'll win a ring.
Facts.
Yo.
All right, put it this way. I'm doubling down. Doc Rivers is a bum and Phil Jackson's a bum. Both are products.
Phil Jackson.
They're both products of their players. All right. How is Phil Jackson's Knicks? How is Phil Jackson's Knicks?
He had 2. Yeah. Like, all
right, look at what Spo's done. Look what Spo's done. With bums.
Different. Okay. Whoa.
Jimmy's hurt. Jimmy's hurt.
That's cool. And playoff caliber team. Like
without Jimmy?
Coaching.
Well, coaching, yeah, of course.
Yeah,
but I'm saying
coaching.
player-wise, they're not a playoff team. Jaime
On
Jaquez
paper,
isn't an all-star.
On paper, he will be.
That's a hot take.
That's
a very hot take.
Give him 3 years, 2 years, 2-3 years, all-star. Promise you.
I mean, if that's what you say, but I mean, I think you're, I don't even want to know. Like, I don't know if it's, I don't know. I can't respond to that. I got me speechless. I mean, if you think Jaime Jaquez is a all-star, I'm proud of you. You made yourself believe that, but.
Wow.
All right, let's be honest. I mean,
the old men that Phoenix has? Come on.
Old men? D-Book's prime D-Book. Beal's in his prime still. And KD's never leaving. You think Beal's out of his prime already? He's like 30.
He done.
He's done at 30?
Yeah, he's cooked. Heard it here first. Kanai says Bradley Beal's cooked.
He's 1 year. I mean, he was solid his last 2 seasons with the Wizards. I mean, all right.
Yeah, in Phoenix, and what happened?
He was hurt. I mean, give him a break. Let's see what he does next year.
Give Jimmy a break.
Jimmy's a lot older than Bradley Beal.
35.
Yeah. And KD's never leaving his prime. I mean,
KD's KD.
That's exactly.
He's going to hoop till he doesn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, I mean, and this is Nurkic's prime. I mean, I don't know why you're saying they're old guys. I mean, that's a crazy take in itself. I mean, Bol, what are you going to say about him?
No, he's young, developing, getting better.
He's underrated. Bol's
definitely underrated. Wemby before Wemby.
Yeah, I mean, it's so sad how they overlooked him because of his injury in Oregon. Yeah. I mean, he didn't pretty much play at all in college. All right, now I got to continue the Phil Jackson bit because, I mean, even Jordan said to himself that it was a player-led team with the Bulls, and same with the Lakers. Kobe running that team, but what does he have to do?
He's still coach. He still has to manage it.
All right. So if you have a team, right, like if you have a team that's stacked and you don't really need to coach it, you still are a great coach.
If you win, yeah, it's like Steve Kerr in the Olympics.
I think Steve Kerr's a bad coach too. I mean, like, I don't know. Like, if you tell me great coaches like Popovich, you're going Spo, you're going Brad Stevens hasn't played that long. You go Pat Riley, like those are guys.
You're telling me Popovich didn't have a loaded team?
Well, that's a great argument, right? But he wasn't. I mean, you had great talent with the other side. I mean, and it's also about Popovich, people think is the greatest coach in our gen, which I think is crazy because I think Spo's way better than he is. But I mean, we've seen you can't compare the stacked Spurs to the stacked Bulls or the stacked Lakers. I would say.
I'd put the Lakers over.
But I think it's like a few tiers because think about it this way. I mean, the Lakers. Shaq arguably is the greatest center of all time.
There's no argument.
All right, I think he is too. Shaq's the greatest. Wait,
what? Whoa. Kareem?
Yeah.
Well, you put Kareem as a center. I put him at 4.
Yeah, but Shaq would dog Kareem.
Really? That's a hot take in itself.
That's my take.
You can't defend a hook.
Come on.
Can't defend the hook.
That's fair, but like, how many hooks are you gonna shoot? Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's what he did. He just
And
that's why he played so long too, with longevity.
Yeah.
I mean, put it this way: if Shaq talent wise is way better than Kareem. The problem with Shaq is he didn't, always put his 100% effort in. And that's what Kobe said. Kobe said if he had the talent of Shaq, the natural born talent of Shaq, that he'd be the greatest player of all time easily. But unfortunately, some players, get caught up in the world of professional athletes where everything's kind of coming at you at once. I mean, I don't know if I ever told you this story, but it's kind of funny. So I was, this was Paul Abdul. She was a Laker girl at the time.
Right.
She's a singer, straight up, did a few songs, but she was a Laker girl during the Shaq, when Shaq was at LSU. And one year Shaq went over to her Shaq went to her house, pulled her out in her pajamas to his house during the 4th of July. I'm not 4th of July, during New Year's Eve. And then without her consent, just started mooning her.
That's outrageous.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, that's
so that should show you the kind of guy Shaq is. Yeah. I mean, Kobe's not going to do that, MJ's not going to do that. He was a wild guy. He was definitely a partier, and because of those kinds of tendencies, I think it held his career up a bit. Besides the fact, Steve Kerr, Phil Jackson, I don't even, what was the guy? Doc Rivers. All I think are
frauds. That's what
they're good coaches. I don't think they're great coaches. I don't think they're top 10 coaches. I don't think they're top 25 coaches.
Top 25?
There's a lot of coaches.
That is an extreme.
I mean, the Heat have 2 better coaches than all of them. That's just one team.
Yeah, but top 25 is crazy though. Come on, dynasties.
I got a really hot take for you too. Monty Williams is a better Team USA coach than Steve Kerr.
I gotta look up who the rest.
Pistons coach.
Oh, I know who he is. I'm saying.
Well, no, the reason why I'm saying that is because he took the Suns from the worst teams in the league to the playoffs.
Oh no, Monty Williams was great. Yeah.
I think the Pistons it's beyond coachable. I don't think it's his problem.
It's a management problem.
I think what he's done in developing players, that's my problem with Steve Kerr. I don't think he can develop talent. I mean, look at James Wiseman.
Yeah, man.
I love James Wiseman. He was
great.
awesome, in Memphis. But what I'm trying to say is I think coaching is more than just winning. I think it's developing players. I think it's be able to build chemistries, be able to have a team win with injuries and adversity. That's kind of, when I say fraud, I don't mean that they're awful or bad coaches. I just don't think they're as great as people make them out to seem, that's my opinion. We'll see. A lot of people disagree, but
yeah, we need to hear it in the comments, please.
Phil Jackson's Knicks, it was unbelievably how bad that team was. All right. I don't know where we are. Oh gosh. Oh, a very sad story. Probably one of the most beloved players of at least our generation, Derrick Rose, has retired from the NBA after being waived from the Memphis Grizzlies.
Finally.
What? Finally? Yeah. Nah. You got to talk about
Where's
that.
Where's the empathy?
They be hanging on to that 2010, 2013. They got to let it go.
What do you mean let it go? I mean,
that was 3 years. Let it go.
I don't say he changed the game, but he had huge influence at that time, bro.
Especially in the city of Chicago. He's done probably, besides Jordan and Chief Keef, he's probably the number 3. Let's be honest here.
Jordan, Chief Keef, and Derrick Rose.
Yeah, that's the big 3 in Chicago.
You ain't Derrick Rose? Come on, man. Like, they was making songs about this man.
Nah, he was tough, but when was he the best point guard in the league?
2011, that MVP season.
He was better than Chris Paul?
At the time? Season, yeah.
Definitely not. 22-year-old MVP. Like, come on.
It's a hot take. Darren Williams was better than both of them.
What, in 2011?
Yeah.
You think my takes are crazy?
That was crazy. The finally to him retiring is great. That's might have been the craziest thing
I hate
I've
to
heard.
say it, but if we're talking our generation, I think you get like Westbrook or KD, but I think like third is like Derrick Rose when it comes to inspiring like point guards.
Absolutely, D Rose. I'd put
Inspiring
Paul
players.
George there too.
I think Derrick Rose has inspired more players than Paul George personally. I think every time I hear an interview, there was like Derrick Rose, man, watching him, what he's done that year. I think just that year in general was just very inspirational for a lot of players.
Absolutely.
I mean, Jimmy Butler is also very inspirational. I mean, he was homeless.
Yeah, no, his Jimmy Butler story is crazy, but I do have a Derrick Rose jersey though. Bulls, Derrick Rose. I got it that MVP season. Had to do it.
But that's what I'm saying. The amount of people who have that DJ Rose jersey and got it that year, I mean, was probably one of the best-selling jerseys.
Absolutely.
That we've seen. And honestly, I do want a D Rose jersey. The only problem is I do not collect jerseys of non-Suns teams. So, like, for example, I got an Embiid jersey. I got an Iverson jersey, but all of these are all-star jerseys because to me, if you get an all-star jersey, it's more for the player and not for the team. Or like I have a Brunson all-star jersey. So that's kind of how it works for me. So I got to get a D-Rose all-star jersey, which is very hard to get for obvious reasons. Or, I mean, that's the problem with D-Rose. I mean, I might have to go, get a high school jersey or something like that.
He's all-star 3 times. But you think if he didn't got hurt, he'd be on top, I don't say top 5. Actually, I'll say top 7.
He'd be the best.
I don't know.
Wait. The best? Top 7 of what?
Like point guards all time. Top 7.
You're saying the best point guard of all time?
He'd be the best.
Top 7.
You think he'd be better than Curry?
Them 3 years was crazy.
If he never got hurt, he'd be top 7.
If he developed the jump shot,
Great. That's crazy. Curry, a better point guard than Curry. Magic.
I think he would have had like a Westbrook type career.
That's not Westbrook ain't top 5.
He's top.
All time. Okay. All time. He's not top 5 all time.
10. Be like 8, 9.
I could put Brody into 10.
It's close. All right, let's see. Ready? I'm just going with top of my head.
All right.
Magic's better.
Yes.
Curry's better.
Okay.
CP3's better.
Oh,
CP3 is not better than Westbrook?
Oh, prime,
Bro.
no.
People
Bro.
are so quick to hate
I
on
don't-
it's CP3, man.
A triple double for 4 seasons is crazy.
No, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because I think Chris Paul's top 5. Like, I think he's 5. You know, all right. Let's keep going. John Stockton.
Yeah.
You good?
Okay.
You guys?
Okay, I can consent. Yeah.
Pistol Pete.
Yeah, I mean, it's a different time, but for the time.
So you're going to say he's not a top 10 point guard? I mean, you're going to take him out of that completely?
Brody? Westbrook's a top 10 point guard.
So
All time.
All
It's
right.
5, though.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not done. I mean,
I'm listening.
Oscar
bro.
Robinson,
Yeah, he's better than him.
who's better?
Russ is better.
Then
Oscar.
you saying Russ was better than Pistol Pete, too? Because you said, okay.
'Cause Oscar Robertson triple double 1 season. Russ big.
Oh, he said that's nothing.
That's nothing. That's light.
He said, watch what I do this season.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know. That's a good take. I don't know. I'm starting to get convinced he's top 5 now.
Well, how many top?
I gotta-
All right, let's see if we top 5. So we have
Magic. not better
Magic,
than
yeah, Curry.
Curry,
no.
no.
You really don't think John Stockton's better? All right, let's just say no. We'll be really
Yeah.
easy on this list. No Chris Paul.
Isaiah Thomas.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say Isaiah Thomas. Do you think who's better in that situation? That's what the next one's gonna say.
He better than Isaiah Thomas. Because he got the
I
rings.
wouldn't
He
put
got the
him over
rings.
CP3, to be honest. I think he's better than Isaiah Thomas. But
All right,
I don't think he's better than CP3.
I'm gonna be very angry about the next one. Steve Nash.
Way better than Steve.
What?
He's better than Steve Nash. Yeah, I know you're
Westbrook's better
a
than Steve
son.
Nash.
Your son's,
He
No,
should've-
it's not about being a Suns fan. What you think Steve Nash is worse than Russell Westbrook?
Yes.
Yes.
His MVP seasons was bogus.
What? Prime Kobe was in the league,
Exactly.
and you're and Nash won.
Exactly.
Bogus.
Yeah, if you're
Can I
saying
say
Westbrook-
Steve Nash is bogus. MVP season was bogus. Yo.
He averaged like 13 and 11. Yeah.
Nah, it's casual.
Yeah. Come on, man. Role players averaging that now.
You're comparing Steve Nash. You know, just for that, I'm wearing my Steve Nash jersey next podcast proudly.
Please. It's
'Cause
like we'll
he's-
have a point guard on next podcast, Amir Lindsay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of
we can
course.
talk about it. We should have that top 5 point guards all the time. We'll put that on there.
Yeah, I can't. We're done with the segment. I'm done. I can't. First, I mean, that's crazy because people consider Steve Nash the greatest point guard to not win a ring, but apparently it's Westbrook. So,
Oh, he not better than Jason Kidd. I just thought about it.
all right. I mean, I think Steve Nash is better than Jason Kidd, but I mean, well, who am I to say anything at this point? But Jason Kidd, yeah, I would put Jason Kidd above Westbrook as well.
Fraud. All of them. Fraud.
We're having too much fun with this fraud bit. All right. Now, this is a great time to get to the hot takes part of the podcast.
Please, I'm ready.
Is it? All right. Is this a hot take? Phoenix Suns are a first round exit again.
Not a hot take.
I don't think it's a hot take. The West is loaded, bro. I don't. What seed do you think they'll come in next season?
4th or 5th.
4th or 5th, middle of the pack.
Just because of injuries. I mean, I think that might be.
Yeah, I think a healthy Suns is a middle of the pack team.
I think the healthy Suns is like 2-1 or 2. I mean,
All
right, let's. All right. This is all I'm going to say. I think they're getting rid of. All right. This I can easily say is the most fraud coach of all time because of what he did for the Lakers. That bubble ring, he did not. No.
Do you like the
He's
bubble
an
ring?
awful
Do you
coach.
count that as a real championship?
Yes.
But the Lakers coaching was still awful.
Who was the coach that year?
It was the Suns coach last season.
Oh, yeah.
He's
Vogel?
young.
No, not.
No, he's young. Like he's like a young coach.
30.
30. Hey, ball knowledge. What was the Lakers 2020 coach that sucks? There he is.
Frank Vogel. Yeah.
Frank Vogel sucks.
Yeah. He was
He shouldn't be in the NBA. That's not just a fraud coach. He just sucks.
Yeah. He just was there for pictures.
But that's what I'm saying. The Suns were a playoff team with Frank Vogel. Now they have a coach that was very successful with the Bucks that was only fired because Giannis is an idiot. No, seriously, Giannis's reasoning was because he was an unexperienced coach. Who cares when you're winning?
Yeah, absolutely. Number one seed again. Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter. I mean, and then, he got paid for it when they got Doc Rivers and they started tanking. But that's why I think the Suns will be a lot better this year. I'm assuming they're going to be more healthy. And come on, you have D-Book, you have.
No, I think a healthy Suns team.
They got to get past the first round.
They can make it past the first round for sure. A healthy team.
Yeah.
But if guys are in and out,
you can't assume injuries.
Yeah, that's true.
That's like a never-ending game, All right, next one we have is Orlando Magic. Paolo Banchero will be All-NBA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's
borderline. I think it can be.
Yeah, no, I think he's the Magic were what, 4th, 5th seed last year? He's handling business. 22 points, 7 boards, 5 assists, in 35 minutes. So he's playing a lot and performing. I think he's definitely all NBA. I don't think that's a hot take.
You think he's better than Fox?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I think he got more.
He's better than Fox. I think. Yeah. All right. Next we have the Dallas Mavericks will be out before the Western Conference Finals. I think. Yeah, I agree.
Before. You don't like the Clay edition?
See, my problem is Luka is a big man that plays small. I think they need. I'm not a big Daniel Gafford fan. I think they actually need.
Gafford was doing pretty good.
No, but I still think they need like a very good center to be a Western Conference. Like I don't know how the team's going to play against Jokic. Is what I'm saying.
True, but what team's going to do good against you?
No, but seriously. If you give them like a solid top center, I think they could. Yeah,
absolutely.
But I think the problem is like. They don't have that. I think that's a big problem because, Luka is big, but he's plays small. And, Daniel Gafford, I'm trying to think. Like, obviously, you give him Embiid. I think they're championships. But that might be a little, that might be too easy. That's what I'm saying.
Derek Lively going to the second season. I think he's going.
I don't like Derek.
You don't like Derek Lively?
I don't know. I got to see more.
He was performed as a rookie. Come on.
No, I just think we have to see more from him before I can really make a statement. But I don't hate him. He's definitely talented.
I think they're out before the conference finals next season.
I think probably second round.
That's what I'm saying. Same because, like I said, they're gonna get out rebounded. It's that simple. But Kyrie's awesome. Luka's awesome. They just need one more stud center, and that's it. And then I think they'll get past it.
Championship type team.
Yeah, but I just if the Nuggets are against them, I just don't see them having a chance.
Sure.
Jokic, Jamal Murray.
Yeah, now Brody is over there.
Westbrook.
Yeah.
All right, now last one. Bucks are a playing team.
No, bad take.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
They are. That's a hot take.
Unhealthy.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, you can't assume injuries is what I'm kind of going with.
Okay, so healthy then no.
No. Wait, no, meaning they're not a playing team.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The wording is a little confusing on that, but yeah, I agree. I think the worst take is Bucks being a playing team. They really have the need to get injured. But I will say, hot take: Damian Lillard has made the team worse.
Yes.
He's a guy who needs to play by himself, like a Kobe.
True, but he would never win a championship by himself. Hot take.
I don't know if that's a hot take.
Average take.
Yeah, that's the problem. I think Dame time got too overhyped because it was kind of like a thing, but it's just like he just doesn't play well with others. He's just that kind of player. I mean,
he's never. Portland is just him is shooting every shot.
I'm sorry, but if you're telling me Bucks get Drew Holiday back and give up Damian Lillard, I'm doing that.
Yeah, I definitely.
If you told fans that before they got Dame, they think I'd be nuts.
Absolutely,
and that's kind of crazy because Drew Holiday, is super underrated for that Celtics run. One of the greatest defensive players. He'll always be underrated. I think for his career.
Just makes winning plays. Yeah. Makes winning plays every time. So.
Denver Nuggets will not get home advantage in the playoffs.
I don't know. I think they could sneak in like a fourth.
What? I mean, I think they could easily beat 20-3.
Yeah.
These are the Denver Nuggets.
Yeah.
Why is this even a take?
I mean, yeah, that's a bad take. They definitely finished top 4 in the West. Yeah, definitely a bad take.
What do you think?
I don't think so. I don't think the Nuggets improve each year. I feel like
you don't think they'll finish top 4 in the West?
Especially the way I seen them lose against.
I don't know.
Last year, I don't know.
For someone who's hyping up Westbrook,
and they got your man Westbrook top 5.
You're saying they haven't got much better.
Yeah, top 5. They didn't get better.
Oh, Westbrook last 2 seasons. I don't even gotta say that. Yeah, he ain't even looking too good.
Do you think Westbrook could get a ring?
No.
So what's wrong with it? Like, I understand they didn't get much better, but why would they need to? I mean,
I think they were.
I think they were a built team.
I think they're pretty good how they are.
Like, you think? Who do you think the Nuggets would need to win another championship?
LeBron. What? They ain't winning no more.
LeBron.
Yeah, it's over with for them.
Yo, LeBron is crazy.
My hot takes aren't even hot anymore. You need LeBron to win a final.
That's an extreme take.
Yeah. All right.
I think Denver would be all right.
All right. Now it's time to blind rank point guards here. Now this game is we're looking at these players on 5-on-5. It's not a 1-on-1, and how valuable they are to this team. Now you can pick. Do you want this to be them in their prime or how they are now? All current players.
What do you want to do?
Prime. Yeah.
That makes it harder, bro.
All right.
So it's gonna be 5, and we place them anywhere.
First player we have is James Harden, the beard.
Prime James Harden. Come on, what are we? We should have picked it now, bro.
I think it's hard. I think it's hard doing prime because I didn't really make the list with that in mind.
I think it's safe. Say 3.
3 playing in between.
All right. I mean,
I put him at 2. Prime Harden was dangerous.
He can't play defense, but he gets.
He can't guard, but he was the walking highlights.
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah, 2.
Do you think Harden has the best step back?
No.
Who has the best step back?
He.
Wait. Okay. You make Jason Tatum seem like he's underrated himself with that. Yeah. You got a better step back than James Harden.
Yo.
All right. You know what? All right. I love it.
Hot take. Kanai has a better step back than James Harden. I think James Harden made it popular.
Yeah,
so he definitely has the best step back.
I think so too. I think it's so, especially in 2K. Like that step back was dangerous.
Oh, dude. But Harden at 2.
I'm gonna be looking at that. I'm gonna be looking for it this season. Then, if I want to see, I'm gonna be the judge if that step back's better than James Harden. All right. Next one we have here is Paul George. I wanted to say PG-13, but he's not PG-13 anymore.
Yeah,
that's a safe 4.
4?
Prime Paul George. 4?
What's the prime? The Thunder?
Indiana.
No, Indiana.
Indiana
4 for sure.
For sure. That like
Thunder was better. I felt like Thunder was better.
He was like MVP candidate with the Pacers.
Yes.
Yo.
All right, bro. Yeah, we gonna have to talk about this because this is crazy.
I feel comfortable about this one.
You comfortable? All right, we're gonna get like.
All right, 3 is Zach LaVine, which I would argue now is his prime.
Exactly, perfect 5.
5, yeah. I'm not questioning that. I like LaVine, but you're not.
Next,
PG
we have
4 is crazy, bro.
We finish
You messed up doing prime because this guy, I don't think he's even his prime. Yeah, it's Paolo Banchero.
See, now look.
He's got to be above. Prime Paul George, which is crazy.
I guess it's 3.
Yeah, 3. Yeah.
All right, I have this written down for you, but your number 2 is prime Peyton Pritchard.
Come on, bro. What are we doing?
Prime, Peyton Pritchard.
Scratch the list.
This one, nah. This one's not you,
I'll
bro.
take this one, I'll take
Peyton Pritchard, bro. Come on, there's no way you wrote that down.
Wait, he's number 1.
Yeah, he's number 1. Like, come
Over
on.
James Harden in his prime and
Yo.
Paul George in his prime.
Yeah, that was bad.
And Banchero and Zach LaVine. He's 5 on that list pretty easily.
Yeah, he's definitely 5.
I think you guys definitely messed up also picking prime because
Yeah, that was wild.
Bad work, but
is this your worst list or no?
Huh?
Do you think this is the worst
This
list?
is probably the worst list
Well,
we got.
It's close
out of all
because
the
you had
games.
KCP
At 2.
at
yeah.
2,
Curry at 5.
Curry at
the one
5.
time,
I mean,
yeah.
that's pretty bad too.
Yeah, this was terrible.
Real list, I'd put Harden, PG.
Yeah, Levine.
Yeah, Levine, Banchero.
What do you think?
Because Banchero's not in his prime yet, so I can't
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
You agree? Guess the player. 20 questions. Let's go.
Oh, so we got 20 questions. You explain to him.
Okay, so you get up to 20 questions. You have to guess the NBA player from that.
Okay.
But it could be any question. It could be
Yeah,
any
whatever
player
question.
of ever. Technically, it doesn't have to be NBA, but most likely it's gonna be an NBA player.
Yeah. All right. You ready?
Yep.
Did he play in the East?
Yeah.
Is he on a top seed or a low seed team?
It's not yes. Oh, yes or no questions.
Oh,
Is he still playing now?
No.
Did he play in the 2000s? Well, did he retire in the 2000s?
Like sub 2010?
Yeah.
No. He didn't.
So it's past 2010.
I can't think. I'm trying to think.
Does he have a championship?
No.
2010, no chip.
I'm right with that, right? I don't think he has a chip. Yeah, no.
No. Was he an all-star?
No. No.
Oh.
No. No, but it's a big name, I would say, in basketball. You know who he is, 100%.
Was he a 6-man of the year?
No. He started. I'll give you that hint. He started a lot. So bench player a lot. But. You're usually good at this game. So
Yeah, I want to figure out like.
I got to count the
recent-
questions. I think
I think we're at like 5, 6.
I would say 5. I'll give you an extra credit just in case. 5.
All right.
Let me think.
Eastern Conference 2010. Has he made the playoffs?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. He's had to have made the playoffs. I can't tell how many times he's made the playoffs in his career, but he's made it. I can't tell the seed.
I'm trying to think. Of like questions.
You guys got to be like more strategic about this. Like think
Yeah.
about, we could say, was he like, I mean, you don't have to say NBA question. You can be like, where did he go? Like, what, like, was he in this conference in college, or if he was,
fair enough.
or if he's
What
this
college-
position,
you
or
said
like,
yes
is he
or
this
no
position?
question.
Yeah. So say, is he in blank conference, or if
Okay.
did he play this position?
Was he a one and done?
No.
Did he play in the ACC?
No.
Wasn't a one and done. I don't want to go to like team listing.
I wouldn't go. No, I wouldn't go team
Yeah.
listing,
Yeah.
and definitely not in the NBA. But I mean, I think she go conference listing honestly in
Yeah.
Power 5. Gave you a hint there, saying Power 5.
Power
but-
5. I'm trying to
That's-
stick with the NBA. I got to believe. You say he doesn't have a ring?
No. He should.
Has he made it to the finals?
I don't think so. No. Yeah, no.
Damn.
It's tough though.
Yeah,
It's
this is-
tough to know.
Yeah. This is
Just make
getting
sure.
drugged.
There's one team I think he could have been.
It's a lot of deep thought over here.
The internet doesn't even know. So I'm not. It's like it said probably not when I asked AI. That's how much of All right, but like you're really not narrowing this down at all. Like we
Yeah,
haven't even got a position here, guys. Come on.
Oh yeah. Wow, is it point guard?
No.
Center.
Yes. That's huge. You were so much better last time.
Yeah,
and,
no,
and
I was.
no,
This
I will
one
say
was
this.
bad.
Jacob can disagree if he wants, but I think it's pretty easy with this. This guy is way, way, way easier to guess than who it was last time. Last time was Ben Wallace.
Ben Wallace, yeah. I don't know. I had better questions last time.
You got Ben Wallace in like 6 guesses.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Is he a number 1 pick?
No.
Derrick Rose.
No.
Oh, he said he was a center.
You are not locked in. When was D-Rose playing
I'm
center?
sold. Yeah, I'm sorry, bro. My fault.
You're 1-0 in this game. You got to keep the undefeated record.
Yeah, I might go. I might be 1-1 after this one.
This is not the mentality right here.
Yeah, it's definitely not.
Wait, Jess, you say you got drafted when?
He didn't say when he got drafted.
Early 2000s?
Yes. Well, no. It's not early 2000s. Well, what do you consider early 2000s?
Like 2000 to like 08.
Yeah. Oh, yes. That's the year.
So he got drafted?
Yeah.
Was he a lottery pick?
That's first 15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andrew Bynum.
Drew Bynum.
No, he got a ring. He got a ring.
Yeah, I was like, he's on the Lakers, bro. Oh, I'll give you a fun hint because it makes me happy. He was drafted by the Suns. Shout out Suns.
Oh, I'm definitely not going over there.
You should. He's like, if I had to say a household role player, it would be him. Like he's in there.
A household role player. Does he have a household?
I never.
He's a big man. Drafted by the Suns.
Glenn Davis.
No.
I don't know.
Glenn Davis is that's crazy. I'm not putting that on there. That's too hard.
Did he play in Milwaukee?
Yes.
Did he retire in the last 3 years? No, last 5 years.
Did he retire? Wait, is he retired? Wait. This is so weird. I'm gonna say he has retired in the last 5 years, and I'm calling him a former player.
Lopez,
But
yeah, has to be Robin Lopez.
Yeah.
Come on.
I thought-
Household.
He's a household role player.
I don't know
No?
if he's a household.
Brooke, maybe. Brooke, maybe.
Yeah, I'd say.
Well, Brooks not. I mean, I don't think he's a role player. I think he's better than that. I mean, give him credit.
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah. Like a bug.
we're talking.
Yeah.
We're talking like role player. Like
I think when you say role player, though, I'm not thinking Robin Lopez. Like, yeah,
really? Who are you thinking? Like I'm thinking him.
as like big man role player,
Yeah.
or just
big man role player.
Thinking like Kevin Looney.
You think
Kevin
you
Looney?
think
Yeah,
Kevin Looney
I like that. That's
is
a good
better
pick.
than
That's a good
Robin
pick.
Lopez in his prime?
in his role? Yes.
Robin Lopez. Yeah.
Zaza
Not Brooke.
Pachulia.
No, obviously not
Yeah,
Brooke.
that's
Zaza
perfect.
Pachulia.
That's a perfect.
I think they're like the same level. Same with like JaVale McGee.
JaVale McGee's great.
But
role
I think
player.
they're all the same, like Robin Lopez, JaVale McGee. Like I don't know.
Yeah, I mean they're role players. It's not like they're.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
He's like,
okay, that's fair.
I
fair,
meant
fair,
household
fair.
role player. He's played for like 15
Yeah,
teams. He's
sure, sure.
he's definitely been passed around.
Pause.
Yeah.
But I feel like he's been loved everywhere he went.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know if 15th overall, but the Suns was a great pick. But I mean, all right, you have to guess all right, I'll tell you. There's 9 teams in the NBA that have a logo without a basketball. Who are they?
Nets.
That should not be the face for this question. You're like,
The Nets. No, the Nets have a basketball.
no.
Denver.
Denver has a basketball.
No, they got the pickaxe thing going on.
No.
Cleveland. It's changed to just to see.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Cavs.
Yeah, Cavs. Yeah,
All right.
Charlotte.
Charlotte. Charlotte has a basketball.
The Bulls.
Yeah, Bulls. Yeah.
Spurs.
Spurs, yeah.
Golden State.
Golden State, yeah. 4.
Washington.
Washington, nope.
No, because it's the circle.
Yeah, they have it.
Right?
Yeah.
The Sixers.
Sixers, no. They definitely, what? That's like the most easy.
I gotta look at it.
I'll give you another minute.
The Sixers don't have a basketball.
Milwaukee.
1 second. Yeah, Milwaukee's 5.
How many we got right now? 5?
Yeah, 4 left. I'm giving you 1 more minute. 2 minutes max.
The Blazers.
Yeah, 6.
The Rockets.
Yep.
Memphis.
Yep. 1 left. 20 seconds. Come on. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Come on. You can't get a shot clock violation here. Let's go. 1 team left in the East.
In the East.
The Raptors.
Nope.
No, they
They have a basketball.
Oh, yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You didn't even get a guess
Detroit?
out. No, it's the
It's
Hawks.
the Hawks. Come on.
I didn't even
you
think
fool.
about the Hawks.
You got a soul on that. That was
I
not
was
hard.
trying to go state. Yeah, you got me. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Just Talks. Please like, subscribe, and follow us on Spotify. See you next time.